Let me guess. You've tried to change before. You set the goal, you felt the fire, you told yourself this time is different. And by day 3, you were back on the couch, back to scrolling, back to the same version of yourself you swore you'd leave behind. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. You didn't fail because you're lazy. You failed because your brain is wired to keep you exactly where you are. Your mind doesn't care about your dreams. It cares about survival. And survival means staying safe, staying comfortable, staying the same. Change? That's a threat. So your brain fights it with everything it has. Excuses, distractions, that voice that says, I'll start tomorrow. But here's what changes everything. The next 21 days aren't about building habits. This is a mind reprogramming mission. You're not just changing what you do, you're changing who you are. You're rebuilding yourself from the inside out. And if you do this right, in 3 weeks, you won't recognize the person staring back at you in the mirror. So the question is, are you ready to rewire your brain? Because ready or not, we're starting now. Days 1 to 7. Awareness. Breaking the autopilot. Most people try to change by forcing new behaviors onto an old operating system. That's like trying to run the latest software on a computer from 2005. It crashes every time. So we're not starting with action, we're starting with awareness. Days 1 through 7, your only job is to become an observer. Watch yourself like a scientist studying a subject. Notice everything. What triggers you to reach for your phone? What drains your energy before noon even hits? What destroys your focus the moment you sit down to work? You're not trying to fix anything yet. You're just watching, because you can't see what you don't see. Here's the game changer. Every single time you feel the urge to procrastinate, to say, I'll do it later, to choose comfort over effort, stop, pause, breathe, and say out loud, this is just my old mind trying to protect me. That's it. Name it. Acknowledge it. Separate yourself from it. Because that voice, it's not you. It's the autopilot. It's the old programming running in the background, trying to keep you safe by keeping you small. And here's what nobody tells you. Discomfort is not a signal to stop. It's a signal you're growing. Your brain will scream. It will throw every excuse in the book at you. You're too tired. This isn't the right time. You don't have what it takes. Smile when that happens, because it means the old version of you is dying, and the new one, it's being born. By the end of week 1, you won't be a different person yet, but you'll know your patterns. You'll see the invisible scripts running your life, and once you see them, you can rewrite them. Days 8 to 14. Action. Building momentum. Welcome to the dip. This is where most people quit. The excitement is gone. The motivation has evaporated. You're tired, you're sore, and that voice in your head is louder than ever. See, I told you this wouldn't work. This is the most important week of your life, because this is where the real work begins. This is where you stop relying on feelings and start building systems. Introduce yourself to the most powerful rule you'll ever learn. Act without negotiation. When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m., don't think. Get up. When it's time to work, don't scroll for just 5 minutes. Open the document. Start. When your body says, I'm too tired to train, lace up your shoes, move. Success is not built on emotion. It's built on repetition. Every single time you act when you don't feel like it, you're sending a signal to your brain. Effort equals strength. Discomfort equals growth. And your brain, it's listening, it's learning, it's rewiring. This is neuroplasticity in action. Every rep you do when you're tired is literally reshaping the neural pathways in your brain. You're teaching your mind that you are no longer the person who quits. You're the person who finishes. And here's the beautiful part. Around day 10, something shifts. You'll wake up one morning and realize, I didn't have to fight myself as hard today. You'll sit down to work and notice, I'm not checking my phone every 2 minutes. You'll look in the mirror and see, I kept my word. These are your small wins. Don't ignore them. Celebrate them, because they're proof. Proof that the system works. Proof that you're changing. Proof that the person you're becoming is stronger than the person you were. Momentum is more powerful than motivation. Motivation gets you started. Momentum keeps you going. And by the end of week 2, you're not running on feelings anymore.
You're running on force, the force of repetition, the force of consistency, the force of a person who decided that comfort is no longer an option. Days 15 to 21, transformation, the identity shift. Let me tell you the secret that separates the top 1% from everyone else. Your mind doesn't follow effort, it follows identity. You can work hard, you can grind, you can hustle, but if deep down you still see yourself as the person who quits, who procrastinates, who says, "I'm not disciplined," you'll always drift back to that version because you will never rise above the story you tell yourself. So, this week, we're rewriting that story. Every morning before you do anything else, stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say, "I am disciplined. I am focused. I finish what I start." Say it even if you don't believe it yet, especially if you don't believe it yet, because belief doesn't come first, action does. And when you act like the person you want to become, your brain starts to believe it. This is the identity shift. This is where transformation becomes permanent. By day 18, you'll notice something incredible. Focused feels sharper, progress feels natural, discipline feels automatic. You're not white-knuckling it anymore. You're not forcing yourself. You've installed a new operating system, one that runs on momentum, not mood. The old you, the one who hit snooze 7 times, who scrolled for hours, who said, "I'll start one day," that person is gone. And in their place, someone who shows up, someone who executes, someone who doesn't negotiate with comfort. But here's the warning. The old self will try to survive. Around day 19 or 20, you might feel a pull, a whisper. You've done enough. You can take a break. You've already changed. Don't listen. That's not wisdom. That's the autopilot making one last desperate attempt to pull you back into the cage. Smile when you hear it, because it means the new identity is winning, and the old one, it's terrified. Finish the 21 days, not because you have to, but because finishing is who you are now. The power of one choice. So, here we are. You now have the blueprint. 3 phases, 21 days, a complete mental rewiring. But blueprints don't build houses. Action does. So I'm going to ask you the only question that matters. Are you going to let the next 21 days look like the last 21? Or are you going to use them to become someone unrecognizable? You don't need a fancy plan. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to feel ready. You need ruthless consistency. Pick one thing, just one. Waking up early, reading every day, working on your business, training your body. One thing, 21 days, no excuses. Don't try to overhaul your entire life. That's how you fail. Focus on one domino, because when that domino falls, it takes 10 others with it. And here's the truth that will change everything. Success is hard until you build systems. Then it's inevitable. You don't need motivation. You need momentum. You don't need inspiration. You need repetition. You don't need to feel like doing it. You need to do it until you become the person who does. So start today, right now. Not tomorrow, not Monday, now. Because in 21 days, one of 2 things will happen. You'll either look back and wish you had started today, or you'll look back and thank yourself for refusing to stay the same. The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking. Let's rewire.